Now, Digital Circus is a very popular web series that has a lot of theories to understand what is Digital Circus. Now, I only come up with three possibilities. Well, be honest, I have six, but I'm gonna wait the other three later on. Depends how well this video done. You also do more Digital Circus content if this sort of semi-successful. But what was the three ideas of this? What is it? One is sort of a game show. Two is sort of a therapy gone wrong, and three, prison. Now, this three, I have a reason why I believe it could be the main thing of Digital Circus, what it really is. Of course, before I continue, my name is Rachel. I like to talk about animation, not just animation, do reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon prank news. Of course, if you like how it's going, you like to help my channel, put like, comment, and subscribe. That's all you need to do, nothing that much. But of course, right now I'm close to or around to 900 subscribers. My goal in this year to pass 1,000. Of course, thanks to all the people who does put like and comment, subscribe. If you do, thank you. If you don't, that's fine too. Let's start with the cartoon theory of what is a digital circus. Maybe buy one, depends how this does. Let's get started. Let's go to the first most obvious one, prison. The reason why people or me or many other theorists believe this could be prison is sort of the obvious. That sort of they all there, nothing really to do. When you go to prison, you just stay in your cell block or maybe do some sort of a sort of hobby or we go outside to actually some exercise if they allow you to. If they don't, you will go crazy. This is the reason why abstraction is the thing of this universe, because if you don't, you leave it to yourself your own ideas and your own arguments into yourself. Because the more you keep doing it, the more and more you keep breaking who you used to be and the reason why you're there, because you cannot stop thinking. You need to interact with someone else. If you don't, you basically become abstracted. This is the reason why I can't let the other characters to actually do sort of playing around little games to entertain them so they can actually rest. So it sounds so much like prison. The reason why they do this, the reason why they select this specific group of people is sort of obvious. It's sort of a test of this new programming to actually set straight of all the criminals becoming good persons. Leave them to stay here in the sort of digital world for a certain limited time. When they do that sort of limited time, they've done so many things mentally, physically, and actually ask themselves why they're here at a certain point to actually disconnect them and reflect who they used to be in the digital circus now in the present in the real life. So you could both ideas sort of kind of meet in each other to reflect on each other to understand the reason for what they became now it must become. He understood the mistakes to be accepted back to the society. This is the reason why the digital circus is a prison, to see each one of them how it sort of evolved to become better people of this special program. Of course, this program does have flaws. This I'm wondering they sort of selected people who were chosen to become inside Digital Circus to basically fix some of the glitches. It's one of maybe a sub reason why they become sort of distorted in the digital world. That's why I found this sort of fascinating when one of them became basically abstracted. Of course, the reason why they removed the memories is sort of a very questionable sort of testing. They could be a glitch or not a glitch inside the programming they attempted to fix, or they see what can actually work or doesn't. This is the reason why they remove the memories before they actually go in the digital circus. Now, I have to say Kane is sort of the program who actually helps them to do when they need to, but the only problem is the program or the AI of Kane doesn't know what it's actually doing, because he did say he doesn't know what humans actually do, what he's supposed to do. He just sort of listens to the programming and does what he needs to do. That's why Kane is sort of the perfect subject matter to explain why this prison, because Kane is sort of the test subject. If this AI can actually learn from humans, it also have this sort of program connected to them to actually help them fix it better so he can reflect them and back and forth, putting this right scenario of the sort of games he makes so to force them to face their own reality. This is the whole point of Kane. And that's basically it. But at the same time, he's sort of so confused what to do exactly. He probably hurting the other characters while actually understanding that. That's what I feel sort of interesting about this. Each one of the characters sort of don't know when to listen, not listen, especially with Kane, of his manly playing little games kind of situation. Of course, this is sort of my ideas, what I think, the reason why it's going on, and Digital Circus. Now, what's your opinion of this sort of theory? Now let's talk about the second theory of Digital Circus. Now, the reason why I think Digital Circus is sort of in game between real world, that the reason why the characters don't remember is sort of obvious. That's the whole goal of the game. Sort of trying to figure out, oh, are we inside the game? And what is the goal? It's the goal to actually escape. This is the reason of the first episode. Pomni looks at the exit, looking for it. But the only problem is, this is a different way to get out, not through the exit. The exit is just sort of a trick to play around with the audience so people can get more entertained of all the sanity they become. On top of all this, ask that question, what do you believe that is the game? Well, I think it's because of Jack. That how he acts, moves, and says that he's the only one who actually realized it is a game. But the only problem is he doesn't know how to get out. This is the reason why he's sort of a jerk around the group that trying to mess with him, screw them around, trying to trip him up, not giving the clues he has to actually win the whole game. It also makes sense how he also acts like sort of like a teenager that you've sort of chosen for this sort of game. Each other characters feel the respected ages be chosen for this specific game. For example, Pommy feels like a 20-year-old. Rakatha feels sort of a 30-year-old woman who's supposed to be a teacher, how she actually needs to be controlled by talking to other characters to help them do better. You also have other characters like Kang, who could be a 60-year-old man, who has maybe loses his memories or not, but once more, it makes sense to pick that specific age group for this type of game to give more risk, more sort of kind of like the last chance to win could actually win. You have that sort of interest. Of course, you also that Jax that could be the teenager nihilistic student that you can actually choose to be believed to become better and help the rest, but once more he chooses not to. And also the other characters, I think I'm missing one. Google, I think that's the name, the abstracted character that she could be that sort of kind of 40-year-old woman who's burned out, but she tried to actually win the game to a specific prize. Almost forgot Gango, that one of the part of the most interesting characters, that the reason why she's stuck in this game is pretty simple. To face her fears being sort of not assertive and submissive. This is the reason why she chose to join the game to beat her own fears. And she doesn't win, she doesn't matter, because more and more she keep playing, the more and more dominant and confident she became. This is the reason why she joined. Now, Kane is sort of interesting because we don't know what's his end goal. I feel he was sort of made for the whole program, for the game, or vice versa. He is one of the game players, but he sort of misunderstood his paper or his hints to actually become the host by accident. So I'm guessing the people who run the game show just went with it, and this is the reason why he's sort of in charge by accident. Once again, except in this, I chose to interpret this of this sort of interpretation of each character if this was a game. Now they also asked the other question, why they decided to join the game. Could be sort of the end of the world sort of scenario, or the desperation of the cash given, or even that the reason why they all risk to lose their memory to go insane of this sort of game show is the fact they probably has one wish, that one wish could be accomplished and granted in this game if they remember what they're supposed to do in the beginning of the whole thing. That's why they make this sort of digital circus so much interesting, because you keep asking questions. If this was a real game, what was the reason why each one of them joined? In fact, the more you keep thinking about each specific character, the more you realize everybody has a reason to be there, how the sort of archetype they actually are, the more you can think about it, what kind of thing they lost to actually gain about this game, and you can easily fill in the blanks that easy. This is the reason why I believe this could be a game. At least that's my second interpretation of Digital Circus. Now, the third or most interesting thing about this, it could be sort of therapy gone wrong. Or at least that's why you choose your therapist, because it makes sense to me each single character in this digital circus has some issues, because Goose, the creator of this, especially said on her own Twitter account slash X that is a focused character type of show. It makes sense focus on the characters if they are in therapy. This is the reason why each character feels completely different personalities, but at the same time you can pinpoint each character's sort of age, then indicating why they sort of problems to sort of develop them or figure out what the problem they have to fix themselves. But this therapy could be going awry or is made for this way to maybe help them, to pressure them to actually see themselves in the mirror. One of the big examples is Jax, that he acts like between 12 and 13-year-old boy who thinks he knows everything. He believes nothing actually matters. And if you grow an adult, you realize that's the biggest lie. Everything does matter. It's almost like choose your own battle to actually understand the world. And Jack is that sort of stage of not believing nothing really matters, only violence and destruction, because that's the only thing exists. I think this is the reason why he was sort of selected in this sort of therapy program, to actually realize that could be the wrong approach of going life. This is what's wrong with him because he believes nothing really matters. That could be a very interesting way to explore his sort of upsetness if he doesn't have any more violence or any carnage of every single game. This is why he always be a bothersome with the other characters. Now, you also have Arekatha, that her problem probably be maybe she sort of lost a child or lost her job being a nurse, some sort of incident. This is the reason why she's very attached to Pomni to make her feel comfortable, because that's what she chooses to do. But she sort of doesn't let it go because the trauma she actually had failing her job or her parent, or failing as a parent to a child. This is the reason why she's chosen for this sort of therapy, sort of test, to see if what she reflects on is what she thinks she really needs. What's more, that's something that I thought it interesting. You also have Pomni, her thing is sort of anxiety. If they go on a therapy route, it's all about why she's sort of panicking, why she cannot decide, why she thinks people will forget her. It's because her probably childhood with her own parents who doesn't really care about her. She was sort of abused. This is sort of makes sense why she sort of act this way. Sort of almost nihilistic, scared of people forgetting who she is or feel less important. Now you also have King, how he I'm not King, that how he feels sort of old, that he is that sort of 60 or 70 years old person who might be sort of forgetful for obvious reasons. I mean, obvious on purpose, that he doesn't really remember the things he actually did, or horrific things he sort of regrets to remember. That's why he's sort of panicking, trying not to be self-aware. He also trying to dodge the questions every time he actually had a chance to actually answer them. This could be a very interesting point of view at the therapy point of view, sort of examination of the character to fix him up, become a better person. But the very end is all about King choosing that sort of direction. But once more, that's sort of my observation. Once again, almost forgotten Gaggle, that her point of view is pretty simple, is that she's not really assertive or wants to be assertive, and this is the reason why she was sort of selected for this sort of therapy, sort of in the digital circus, sort of push her sort of scenarios to realize she needs to become that. That she's very simple, but at the same time, ask that question why she's so submissive, because she was have maybe some abandonment issue, I'm guessing here, because the show does not release her backstory or the reason why to, but once again, that could be a possibility. It's all about your interpretation of Gango. Now you also have Zubo. The whole point or reason why she's there in the digital circus is because she depressed. When you're depressed, you really are not motivated to do anything else. Just stay on one spot. This is the reason why she's so despicable, sort of drawn like a bunch of things connected to one major thing because she cannot decide to actually do something. She's not motivated enough to actually act about something she wants to do. Even that's a group effort, she avoids it all possible and walks away. That she's not yet motivated enough, not confident enough because of her depression. The reason why she had depression, honestly, is all up to you. The show, or at least the first two episodes, don't really dive in or give hints why she go this direction. This is the reason why she's this pistic like a animate object connected with other animate object. Once more, not knowing what she wants. Once more, this is my interpretation of this specific character. You also have who I am missing, Kane, the basically the control of all digital circuits. Maybe he given that ability because he can't really control his own life. This is the reason why he was chosen to be the ringleader of the whole group. To see him what happens if he doesn't have control. Little by little, make him face that you don't need control because if you do have control, doesn't mean you will have it. And that sort of make him panicking because he doesn't feel he has it. Once more, that's the angle I see of that specific character because you don't know what Kane really feeling. Maybe he's sort of in denial, constantly making things up just to make himself with full control. Once more, it's just sort of my point of view. What do I think of all the other characters? And right now, I'm sort of interested in what is your opinion? Which of these theories you believe it could be possible in Digital Circus? It also depends how popular this video really was to other audience. They want me to see more content of Digital Circus. Now, what is your theory or which theory you believe is more probably or not? Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.